Their sample interview questions for their mock interviews. I've got how to write a cover letter with cover letter examples. Let's see. Some of these are not mine, so I don't have links to them. They're from Jordan District, and they're working on getting
Yeah,
those
they're
as
working
well.
on them. When I get the links that Jordan District came up with, I'll share them with everyone.
So these are just the ones that I
You
have.
send this to us?
So you can take all of those that you want and use those. I'm not going to go through all of what they are, but it is a resource for you if you want to use it. I ended up enjoying careers quite a bit. I'm not teaching it anymore because I really want to teach what I'm teaching, but it is a fun class. It's a great opportunity. I remember talking with Travis at the very beginning when they asked me, and I was terrified. And he's like, just sit down and have a discussion with them about this. And that's some of the funnest part, is just sitting down and talking with the kids about life and what it means. And it's amazing to see how little they know and how much they misunderstand, I guess.
And what have you called your course on campus?
It, I think, is Careers Quarter 4. But if you just search Careers and find my name somewhere next to it.
What was your name?
If you go to Commons,
Kevin.
if you go to Commons and type in Kevin's name, it comes up.
Oh, does it?
Uh-huh. Well, is that
There's
only
my
because you
email
shared
address,
it?
and I don't know if you can see
I
that.
can't see it, but what was your last
Kevin
name?
with E.
Keven dot crowd, P-R-O-U-D. And you can email me and ask me anything. I will answer your email. I'm not going to do a lot of research for you, but I'll send you any of the resources that I have. I ended up having a lot of fun. I wish I could use more of my school resources, though, more of the work-based learning coordinator and our CTE director. I wish I had used them in the classroom a little more. Some of the funnest, though, activities was just bringing in that Navy recruiter and letting those kids ask questions about what it means to be in the military. He, of course, is very one-sided, so we could have brought in the Army as well if we wanted to. I had some kids that got mad at me that I brought in Navy and not Army. But even college recruiters, I had a Peace Corps volunteer that came in and talked about it. There is one of those objectives that talks about volunteer work. These kids think it's totally unnecessary when they come into the course, and that's a big part of it, is to understand volunteer work is what puts you ahead of all the other kids. And so stressing volunteer work, doing service projects, talking about what can you be doing, because I would sit down with kids to do resumes and fill out applications, and they're like, but I don't do anything. And that's when you have that discussion of what should you be doing, because that's what's going to put you ahead. And I talked about, before I came to Jordan, I was an administrator, and I had to do a lot of interviews with teachers, and we get applicants after applicants about for teachers, and most of them were college graduates, and they would all be in the same program, and they would all do the exact same thing, and I'd get their resumes, and I'm like, this is 5 of the same person. What makes them stand out and makes them better than the others? And a lot of times volunteer work can push them ahead. So talking about those kinds of things as well. Anyway, you guys have questions for me? We're kind of out of time. Yes?
I have a quick question, probably for you, Trish. There's a little question whether work-based learning is going to be a big part of doing mock interviews. Is it the teacher's responsibility, or is it work-based learning's responsibility to find those interviewers?
When I was work-based learning coordinator at Jordan, the first thing I did at the beginning of the year is I got with Karen Durfee, who taught the careers classes, and we went through and calendared for mock interviews for every single quarter, and I booked the times, and I got all of the people from industry to come in and do the interviews. That's what our expectation is on the interviews.
So the work-based learning coordinators are supposed to schedule those.
And
Okay.
that might be new to some of them. One thing I want to say before you leave, the best thing I did, the most helpful thing I did when I taught, was I networked with teachers that taught the same thing I did. So I'm going to send you a link. I'm going to send you every single person in our district who teaches the careers class. And I would suggest that you share successes, share with each other what's gone well for you, It's powerful to share your resources.
Well, and all those coordinators and people from your school, they're not required to do anything. They're stupid if they don't, honestly. It's a great opportunity to get that audience of all those kids to talk about the things they're supposed to. But I am highly grateful when Karen does all of that mock interview for me. And she does it and puts a lot of work into it. But it's a huge success, and I thank her profusely for what she's done. To get your
Big job.
CTE coordinator to come in there as well. They are very, very busy people, but again, it's a great place for them to talk about pathways and get these kids starting to think about it, because there's no better place to do it.
For